Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check on your forecast. It's cloudy, got some drizzle, some light rain out there today. That will continue throughout your afternoon hours. A bit more showers can be expected tonight, but our big rain chance won't be arriving until we get into your Friday and into your Saturday period as well. Unfortunately, going into next week, winter does return. Temperatures will start to cool on off as we start off our new work week next week. Let's get into your forecast. First off, Arctic Air Skycam Network, Lawrenceburg, Florence, Huntsville, and Savannah checking in on this Wednesday. And I wish I could say a beautiful Wednesday because it's not quite beautiful out there, especially with all the cloud cover around. Temperatures aren't bad though, but I kind of wish we weren't dealing with all the clouds and drizzle today. It would actually be a very nice day if we didn't have all of that around, but unfortunately we are dealing with that right now. So that will continue going into the remainder of your day and into tomorrow to an extent, but I do think we see a bit more sunshine tomorrow, and that will allow our temperatures to warm up very nicely going into your Thursday. Right now, live Viper radar brought to you by Fuller Services, showing a few spots on here. Most of this is where the radar beam's actually hitting higher up in the atmosphere, and it's not really reaching the ground, but it does show you that there's a bit more moisture that's actually building in across the area. Obviously, we've seen all the cloud cover, but it's where we see some of those returns on the radar that there's probably some areas of some light rain, some drizzle underneath that, but I do expect that there's a good amount of some of that drizzle area wide. It's just the radar beam can't see it. Taking a look at the radar satellite composite, we do have a weak front that's moving through the area right now that's responsible for the increase in cloud cover and some of that spotty shower activity for today and into tonight. Now that will kind of stall out across the area, and then we'll start to see our next system take shape going into the end of the week, and that's going to be in the form of some rain and storms. This afternoon, forecast clouds will continue across the area with patchy areas of drizzle and light rain. Temperatures getting up into the middle 60s for the most part today. 65 in Lawrenceburg, 67 for Florence and the Huntsville area. Notice those winds also. It's going to be pretty breezy outside with gusts around 25, maybe even closing in on 30 miles per hour in some instances. Forecast highs for this afternoon: 65 in Athens, 66 in Ardmore and Pulaski, 67 in Columbia, 67 in Owens Crossroads, and 67 down there in Moulton. Going into your evening, rain chances are generally around 10 to 15% today, to be specific. Now, they do start to go up as we go into your late evening hours, as a bit more shower coverage can be expected. So if you have any early evening plans, you'll probably still deal with some of that patchy drizzle, but at least you won't be dealing with a better coverage of some of those showers, at least until you get to the late evening hours. Let's talk about it with the Futurecast here, showing you some areas of some spotty light rain and some drizzle that continues into your afternoon, into your evening. And then here we go, late evening, start to see a bit more of that coverage of those spotty showers around. Not expecting anything overly heavy or significant. No thunderstorm activity with this. This continues into your overnight hours while you're sleeping tonight. And that continues to an extent going into your morning hours for your Thursday. So don't be shocked if you deal with more patchy areas of drizzle, maybe some light rain for your Thursday morning. As we go throughout your afternoon, I think there's a bit more sunshine and breaks in the clouds than you see here in your Futurecast. But what it is showing is still that chance for a spotty shower or two across the area for your Thursday. And then we start to deal with some thunderstorms going into your late week. So let's talk about that with the European model here. By Thursday, notice showers and storms will be off to our north. There is a severe weather risk up here across parts of northern Tennessee into Kentucky. That is where it will stay. It will not trend down into our area. We do not expect any severe weather for our area going into your Thursday. Showers and storms will continue to track on through off to the north. That's where they're dealing with those strong storms. By the afternoon, notice most of this very just light green and spotty. So that's just that kind of spotty, isolated shower potential. Breaks in the clouds expected for your Thursday. That will allow our temperatures to warm up into the 70s. And then the front starts to move on through, and then we get a nice swath of showers, maybe some thunderstorms for your early Friday. That shifts off to our south, stalls out, and then attempts to move back north as a warm front as a wave of low pressure develops along that frontal boundary. So that's going to increase our showers and storms once again late Saturday, or it's going to be early Saturday into Saturday morning. And then finally that starts to move on out of here. So by Saturday afternoon, most of that should be out of here. We're starting to dry out and cool down as well. And we're going to get pretty cool. I'll show you that here in just a minute. Forecast lows for tonight, generally in the middle 50s with showers possible, and then going into your Thursday, a bit more sunshine, and that will allow our temperatures to get up into the middle 70s, maybe some upper 70s. Moulton could be closing in on 78, 77 for the Shoals, Rogersville, Huntsville, 75 for Hazel Green and Meridianville. So looking at a nice day temperature-wise tomorrow. Still dealing with clouds though, but I think there'll be a bit more sun to work with throughout the daytime. Here's your 7-day forecast. And there's that cool down. Yes, winter is not over yet. If you check the calendar, it is still February. Matter of fact, it is February 18th. And so last I checked, we should generally stay in the 50s. And that actually means that early next week, we're actually going to be below average for this time of year, as highs will struggle to reach the 40s. But hey, it's still winter. You're going to get some cool shots. I will tell you this, though, if you go beyond the 7-day forecast, talking about Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week, I think we get back into the 60s. So at least it's a short-lived window of some cooler weather. But there will be some warmer days ahead, especially as we head into late next week. That's your latest forecast here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Fred Gossage will be in at 5 p.m., and he will have another full check on your forecast. Until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic Wednesday afternoon.
You're watching the Tennessee